Wake up, I gotta go get it. Wake up, wake up, I gotta.
Hey, hey. It's another episode of, you already know it, your favorite podcast, the College Couch Podcast. Why does it feel like we haven't recorded in a while? Of course, yeah, it's been a week since we last recorded, but it just feels like it's
Well,
been longer than
a
that.
lot has happened in a week, my brother. So
Correct.
you know what I'm saying. So stuff going up and down in the polls, everything
Uh-huh.
going crazy. So that might
Yeah.
be why.
You're right. Hey, I couldn't agree with you more. How was your weekend, brother? Like, what did you have in store?
Ah man, it was smooth, man. I can't complain, man. A little bit of college football here and there. Watching some stuff. Anxious for basketball season and stuff like this,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
softball, baseball, everything coming up. A lot of stuff
Hmm.
going on.
For sure.
The year is moving too fast for me.
I'm telling you.
Too
I'm telling
fast.
you. Yeah. And speaking of college basketball, we had a ratings that dropped this week, but of course we're not sharing that with y'all today. So just wait till next week, and we're definitely gonna go ahead and start getting in the swing of basketball. So we are really looking forward to getting into that and seeing what that list has in store. And I know you guys have already probably previewed it and just saw what teams were in that top 25. But man, that list looked great. So we're not gonna get into that. We're gonna go ahead and move into these games that we had last week. And this game right here, I think this one was a kind of a favorite for our guy Stackz here. He was like he this was one that kind of slipped under the cracks from us. Because
Right, right,
when we pick our games, it's always that one game that just literally just flies past us and we don't realize that it's happening.
right.
So we went with Oregon State and UCLA, and I must say this game was great that we watched it because we got to see what DJ Uyunglele has been up to since he's not with Clemson anymore.
I'm glad you said his name because I would have butchered that. I would have butchered that. Ugangalus, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Him. I just gonna call that joker DJ
DJ
or something.
Uyunglele,
But nah,
yeah.
yeah, he
When
he
when
definitely
you
balled out. He definitely balled
yeah.
out. He's showing
Hmm.
that a lot of the criticism he was getting at Clemson and all that type of stuff. He's showing like, hey, I can still ball. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
but that was a pretty good game. I mean, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It was pretty good. I mean, on both sides. I mean, everybody kind of fought it out. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of mistakes from UCLA part. Quarterback play was a little shaky, but they were still there at the end. So I mean, despite all the miscues and everything like that, they were still there at the end and had a chance to, what I'm saying, close it out. But just didn't go right. When you're trying to close out a game, it's either gonna go one or two ways. Either you're gonna make a beautiful, magical,
Hmm.
history making play, or it's gonna bust.
Yeah.
So and they just happened to fall into the latter. So yeah,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah, and it really it was a little shaky on that UCLA side. I mean, Dante Moore 3 interceptions, and I texted you after I watched, and I was like, brother, if I would have saw another interception, I probably would have jumped through my
It
television
was it
because
was very difficult. It was very
yeah,
difficult.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, I don't know what he was seeing out there or
hmm,
what he wasn't seeing out there, but maybe he just wouldn't, had to take some time to get into his groove. I don't know,
hmm,
but you know, it's hard to win a game with that many miscues. I mean, let's
yes,
be honest. Like, I mean, I don't care how good you are. I mean, that many miscues, and you got a team that is priding themselves on making sure they beat you. I mean, it's that's tough.
yeah, yeah, no
So and then
doubt.
you got a quarterback on the other side who's trying to prove everybody wrong that he still belongs, and so I mean it's tough. But like I
Hmm.
said, credit to them though for putting themselves out because like I always say, I say players make plays, and it's about how you bounce back, right?
Hmm.
And they were still there. After all the miscues, after all that, they were still there. At the end of the game, which you couldn't ask for any better outside of the miscues, because you can't
Hmm.
do nothing about that but play on. So, I mean,
Yeah,
kudos to them for putting themselves in a position, to potentially win the game. It just didn't work out for them. So,
right. And I mean, this UCLA team is still ranked. Like, if anything, possibly by the end of the season, hopefully, if they continue to win out, they should see a bowl game. They just need two more wins to get that to that 6 game,
oh yeah, yeah, for sure,
eligibility. So,
for sure.
but yeah. they listen. Other than that, those miscues, and you got to give credit to Oregon State's defense. I mean, it wasn't just like the ball was falling in their laps. Those DBs were
Yeah,
reading. Like,
they were playing. They were playing. They
yeah,
made some good plays on the ball. I can't. I
yeah,
can't. I can't agree with you more. I mean, hey.
yeah.
I mean, hey. Part execution, part miscues. You know what I'm saying? So it's like quarterback misreads something, DB still got to be able to, what I'm saying, break on that. Because if they don't break on that, the misread or the miscue could turn into a big play. You know what I'm saying? So it's, yeah, you're right. The DB still did their
Mhm.
thing. I mean, they got pressure. They got a lot of pressure on the quarterback too. Hey, he was running for his life. I say that. I say that. So I
Yeah,
mean, you know, kudos to Oregon State for doing their thing. I think they look pretty good. They look pretty
mhm.
good. I
Yeah,
must
and
say.
this, yeah, these are two teams that we really rarely get a chance to cover. I know we cover UCLA. I think in week 2 because they play Auburn, but this Oregon State team we haven't seen, so it was really great to
No, we didn't.
see.
We didn't cover UCLA, my brother. We
I'm
covered Cal, but
It was Cal. So yeah, these were
it's
two teams. I'm
still
so
same state. We
sorry.
still in California.
I'm so
Still in
sorry. Thank
California.
you.
We still in
Thank you.
California, but
Listen.
hey, I'm
I
just saying
always
because there
get them
might be fighting
confused.
words to somebody. It might be fighting words to somebody. I'm just
You
saying.
no. Well, thank you because
Don't
you
don't
probably
shoot the
just
messenger. I'm just
right.
saying.
You
Don't.
probably you probably just saved me a whole Instagram DM about that. So thank you. I appreciate that, brother.
I mean, just as a fan, I had to carry the one
Well,
time.
no,
Wait
I
a minute.
listen.
Wait a minute.
I wouldn't want anyone getting us confused with Fresno State or Mississippi State. So no, I agree more. I couldn't
Yeah, I
agree
did.
more.
I mean,
So
hey, it's same state, different. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, the colors too. Anyway, but yeah, man. Again, solid game though. I mean, again, you're definitely gonna have those miscues, like you said.
For
But
sure.
overall, I mean, this was a game between literally within the Pac-12, but also both teams literally being three spots apart on that top 25 rankings board. So you listen, this was not like meant for us to just bash, but for us to really show spotlight to the Pac-12 because the Pac-12 is, even though it's, about to come to its demise, unfortunately, this is a really great game to just really show, like, hey, like, this is what these guys have been up to, you know?
I will say this: the Pac-12, for them to be going out this year, they are going out swinging. I mean,
Hmm.
look at all the teams that you have that are making noise. Like even the teams that's not ranked or the teams that's low in the rankings, you got like, all these teams. You got Oregon, you got USC, you got all of these teams that's in the Pac-12 that's balling.
Hmm.
Like you know what I'm saying, and they're doing their thing. And they rank high. A lot of them rank high, and then a lot of the Pac-12 quarterbacks are in the Heisman watch.
Hmm.
So I mean, they going out with a bang. They said, look out. So you know,
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt, man. So, yeah, hey, I'm excited to see what these teams have to offer leading out into the. We're coming on the home stretch of the season, brother. Again, it's still hard to say that because it feels like we just really got
man,
into the swing of things. But listen, it flies, it
we
flies. We're
got a
gonna
month
be,
left of
yeah,
just pure regular season college football.
yeah,
After that,
yeah.
it's playoffs and bowl games.
Oh yes, oh
Yeah,
yes. Looking forward to it.
you
Not
know.
really, but
I mean, I am, but I ain't because I
yeah.
mean, mine might come to an end a little sooner than yours do. We
I
go, we
don't
go.
think so. I mean,
Ah, another
we'll
subject,
we'll
another day. We ain't gonna
we'll
talk about
save
it.
that for the end. We'll say that for the end. But hey, again, great showing by these two teams. But let's get into some, man. I can't believe I'm finna say this, bro. We finna talk about some HBCU football, man. Listen, Alabama State, Jackson State. This was this was Jackson State's homecoming, and Alabama State said we coming in and crashing that.
Well, I mean, it was a dogfight.
Yeah.
Like a dogfight for sure. Like I
Hmm.
mean, it don't seem like nobody really could get like a rhythm. It
Yeah.
felt like, you
Hmm.
know, the ground game was not really there, not really completely
Hmm.
solid. Like passing wasn't always there for either team. For either team, I think both. I don't even think it was a struggle for both. I think it's more pride for both.
Hmm.
That's what it felt like to me. Like we not gonna let y'all get anything, and we not gonna let y'all get anything type of
Yeah.
thing. But it
Yeah.
was a a great game to watch. Even though that state, that homecoming or whatever was ruined by the loss, I still think it was a great game,
No doubt,
beautiful
no
game,
doubt, no
because
doubt.
it was really, really, really a dogfight.
Hmm.
So I think all kudos goes to both teams. I
Hmm.
mean, nobody could really get anything like completely established. It
Yeah,
felt like to me.
no, agreed.
I mean,
And
you
I
had some
think,
big plays here and there, but it wasn't nothing like dominance on either
mhm,
side. So
yeah, it's great. It's great that you say that because this was really a battle between 2 and 4 in the I want to say in the East Division of the SWAC, and yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Stacks. I mean, Alabama State's passing, their starting quarterback only had 80 yards, and then
right,
their backup came in and got 11 with a touchdown on top of that. And then
right,
on the other side of the ball, Jackson State's quarterback, he was the pretty much the showing on the field with 234, but he never could find one of his receivers for the end zone.
yeah,
So
it's good finding rhythm. I mean, it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
you know,
and and it's kind of weird to well. I don't want to jump off a limb and say, yeah, we know the reason why, but you just never know. I mean, these two teams,
well, I mean, if you're referring to the reason being Dion leaving, if that's the reason you're referring to,
I didn't want
even
to
if
hit
it
on
was,
that, but I mean, you just never know because
you can't talk about them without talking about Dion right now.
right,
You know,
right,
because I mean, to be honest, let's be real with any coach, whether it was
mm-hmm,
Dion or anybody. When you leave a program, that next year sometimes it's for normal
mm-hmm,
teams, it's a struggle. You know what I'm saying? And this just so happens to be an HBCU team.
right,
Because coming out the gate, we thought they hadn't lost a step,
mm-hmm,
you know. But then, because we all know beginning of the season, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You
right,
can look the part or you don't look the part in the beginning. It's the meat of the season, the middle of
mm-hmm,
game 5 and 6 when you start to see what your team is made of.
mm-hmm,
Like with Dion with Colorado. At first,
mm-hmm,
we thought that he just made the best decision ever, and Colorado was they couldn't be knocked down. But then, week 4, week 5, what I'm saying, they started to sputter a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So that's when you see what your team is really made of, with
right,
mid season toward the end of the season. So I mean, that's with any team. So I
yeah,
mean, I don't think it's because of Dion. I just think
no, no,
that
no, yeah,
they have a new culture to adapt,
identity,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? A new identity to
yeah,
to adapt to. You know what
mm-hmm,
I'm saying? I mean, it's hard to replace somebody like Prime.
mm-hmm,
Whether he's on the field or on the sideline coaching, it's hard to compensate for that. Like that's
yeah,
hard.
yeah,
But at the same time, with any coach, when you like if Saban was to retire, it would be difficult for anybody to come and fill those shoes because
mm-hmm,
it's Saban. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? So I mean, I don't think that it's they're sputtering because of that or whatever. It's
yeah,
everybody might be catching up to him right now. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Because I mean,
But
because go ahead.
I think the good part about it is the Jackson State team still has a familiar face as their head coach. I want to
Right,
say it was
right, right,
I want to say it was their offensive defense coordinator, TC Taylor. He's their head coach. So
right,
it's
right,
still good that the guys have a familiar face around, around their presence. And that really helps the team as far as, they already know what the expectations are.
right,
So that really is big for Jackson State. They don't have like a whole fresh new face.
right,
New expectations. Well, it's still going to be a new identity, new culture, but it's still,
right.
they still know how to maneuver.
Right, right. They're familiar with him. Like I mean,
Right, right.
like you're right. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But I just like these growing pains with any team. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like I can name you off a rip of teams that kind of struggled a little bit to find their identity, you know what I'm saying, early
Hmm.
on, and then they figured it out the next year.
Hmm.
Like Georgia struggled at the beginning when they went through their coaching change,
Hmm.
and then boom, you know what I'm saying, they started being in that conversation, you know what I'm saying, and they had
Yeah,
some peaks and valleys. Bama same way,
yeah.
Saban's first year wasn't great, and you know it happens. It's college football. You're trying to bring a culture and a new identity to a different program. Like Auburn with Hugh Freeze it's a
Hmm.
struggle. Like
Hmm.
you're coming to a completely new situation that it either could have been tarnished or you know what I'm saying, it was in great hands. Now you got to feel that. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. That's hard to
Yeah.
do. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, as fans, we like, man, you need to figure this out. But you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But as a former player and inform and all of that type of stuff, I get it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You have to. It's hard. You know, and you got to have the right coordinators as well. I mean, that's important. I don't think people
Yeah.
realize how important the
Yeah.
coordinators, offensively, defensively, everything plays a role. You know, so
Yeah, no,
yeah.
for sure. And I love how you just tied in two Alabama schools without actually knowing that you just tied in two Alabama schools to Alabama State.
It's in me. You know what I'm saying? That's where my roots at. You know what I'm
I
saying?
guess, yeah,
You
you're right.
know,
But no, I mean, and you know what's even crazier? Like, I really was like looking to see if we were going to see a breakout game from Irv Mulligan, the running back from Jackson State. You know, again, it sometimes it's just you know it's just not your game. But you know how last year Jackson State like boat raced Alabama State last year.
yeah. So
And
you got to
you
really
know, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I listen. Me and you will always be here. But you know, again, it just sometimes things happen, and you know, and again, nothing to take away from either team. These two teams are really neck and neck in the division, if you ask me. Jackson State I mean, Alabama State just turned 3-3 with the win this past Saturday against Jackson State. So you never know. We listen. I know we probably won't see these two teams again, but somebody's gonna have to come out of the SWAC. So
right.
these two teams. I mean, I'm sorry, the SWAC East. So these two teams are probably gonna have to fight it out as far as winning out because they're not gonna have to play each other again to see who's
Right,
gonna
right. So
represent the East at the end of the season.
it ain't over. I mean,
Yeah, no, no doubt,
this
no doubt.
was for this was a revenge game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you mean tell me you come and pummel us and you beat us like that, and
Yeah,
we got y'all for homecoming
yeah.
next year. Oh, okay. I'm
We
finna
we
check
gonna we
that.
gonna see about that.
Yeah. We gonna see about you. You know,
Yeah,
that's one
yeah.
of those moments. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Like I said, they it was pride. That's why I said to me it felt like a game of pride. Like
Mm-hmm.
y'all came in and y'all whooped us last year. We finna put it on y'all, and y'all ain't getting nothing. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And then you know the other team, they say both teams is fighting it out. Like, nah, you ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting nothing. Oh, you gonna come back and score? We gonna come back and score. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's one of those things. So
For
yeah.
sure, for sure, absolutely, absolutely. And again, man, this was great that we got the chance to actually feature HBCU schools because you know me and you have been wanting to do just be able to really give exposure to as many conferences and schools as possible. So this was a really great game to watch, and of course, man, me growing up, the band head that I was in high school, I of course I was looking forward to seeing the bands at halftime and seeing their field shows. So overall, man, I hope it was a great homecoming for Jackson State. I know the loss really, put a damper on that weekend, but I hope it was great for them to be able to rejoice and have fun this weekend, a safe weekend at that. And they will definitely be continuing up a hill to that incline, and I feel the same with Alabama State as well. Neither one of these teams. This isn't the end for them. They'll be
Oh
fine. They'll
yeah,
be fine. They'll be fine.
for sure.
So on to our next. Hey, bro. On to our next game of the week. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Our boy Michael Penix, right? Our boy Michael Penix,
Balling.
my Heisman hopeful, showed out.
Sure,
Point
for
blank
sure.
period. Point blank period. My boy showed out, but nothing. Let me tell you something. Bo Nix came in and said, "Let me tell you something, brother. Hold it right there. We
That,
not going down.
right.
We not going
This
down
was
without a
a
fight.
this was a good game.
A
This was a
great game.
this was literally a battle of quarterbacks. Like who
Yeah.
has the better? Like you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where you knew it was gonna be a good amount of points scored. It's whose defense showed up at the
Mhm.
right time.
Yeah.
And Washington was able to show up at the right time. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because both quarterbacks played wonderful. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, outside of just little things here and there, I think they played great. They played good. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's just one of those type of things. Like even with Bo, it's like one of those type things you do the little things right, and then you mess up on just one thing, and it's a whole different story for you. You know what I'm saying? But I I was excited about this game going into it, and I think Penix definitely got some nods for Heisman after this game. I don't think that Bo should not get any nods for it. I think he should get some nods for this game because it was a good game. I mean, he still showed that hey, I'm still competing, and I can compete and hang with the ones that you think is
Mm-hmm.
the best. So I think this game helped both of them. Maybe not Oregon's record, but it definitely helped both of them Heisman race wise, and maybe even their draft stock because they showed that hey, we can gun it with everybody, So
I'm so sorry. You saying Bo Nix is about to be draft eligible? It just didn't sit right with me because
well,
gosh,
I mean
this
it's
man,
about goddamn time. He
bro.
shit. Boy, the boy been in college about 13 years for good gracious life. What? My boy said, "Hey, I
Oh,
ain't going professional."
I've
My
been
boy said
listen.
he a professional student at this point.
Oh my god! Oh my god, bro! Come on. Okay, no, no, no,
Hey
no,
man,
no.
hey,
Hey,
I
let's
rock with Bo man. I rock with Bo
let's
man.
dial it back.
Hey,
Let's
I rock
dial
with
it
Bo
back.
man. Hey,
Let's dial it back, bro. But yeah, no, I agree. Bo really impressed me this past Saturday, man. Like, not even joking. We saw it. Of course, we knew Bo was going to have something to show for. And
right.
and I can't, brother. I cannot begin to tell you. It was something you said a few weeks ago, and I think it was when they played Colorado. Bo Nix has seen these defenses when he played in the SEC,
Oh yeah, for
and
sure.
so Pac-12, this is nothing to him because if you think about it, the Pac-12 is known for just pretty much throw it up and you better
Yeah,
pray your wide out catches it. And this is
right. I
that
mean,
league for him because he dominated in the air, especially in the SEC. So
well, to me, Bo's hidden talent is not even necessarily hidden, but it's the underrated skill that he has, his ability to extend plays. Well, what the world you got going on over there? Well, I thought the Dark Knight was coming or some shit. Well, all right. Well, anyway, Bo is I thought Jesus was coming or something, but I ain't know what it was.
hey.
Hey man, but anyway, like I was saying, Bo, shoot, got down for the self. I don't know, you
His
done threw
his
me out with
hidden
that, my brother. But
yeah,
yeah,
sorry about that. His pretty much his underrated skill
no,
that you were
his
saying.
underrated
Yeah.
skill is being able to extend plays
Mm-hmm.
and use his legs. Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I was just watching the highlight because Auburn played LSU. We can talk about that. But
Yeah.
when he was at Auburn and he finally beat LSU, he extended plays with his legs and was able to use his arm on the run and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So like even with him playing at Oregon, he doing much of the same. I mean now he's more mature now. He's in a offense that fits him. He's in a conference that is more pass heavy. So, and he's seen everything. So, I mean, you think about it. He had to play Georgia for what, 3 years? He had to play Bama for what, 3 years? Like LSU, 3 years? Like some of these top elite defenses and teams. Like, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Bo play against Joe Burrow? So my point exactly. So he saw
Yep.
all of these. He's seen all of these elite quarterbacks, and then he's seen all of these elite defenses and
Mhm.
different defense. Not saying that the LSU defense that with that year was elite or anything
Mhm.
like that, but he's seen pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just the fact that a lot of the people he played against are now in the league
Hmm.
and he's still playing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, I mean, Bo Nix is, I think his future's bright. I mean, the sky's the limit. I think he's done everything he could do besides win a championship and a Heisman at the college level. But, you know, who
Yeah.
knows? Who
Yeah.
knows?
Well, the only thing is he can't win a Super Bowl in college. I mean, he can win a Natty, but I don't think it's of the same degree. So it's about time for him to get up out of there. But yeah, man, Bo, that again, even how we are, especially when Georgia and Auburn play each other. That was one quarterback that I was truly nervous about seeing because you just never know what kind of timing
When
Bo Nix is going to be on.
Right, right. If
So,
he's in rhythm and
hmm
he get, I put it like this: if you give Bo Nix any type of confidence, he gonna break you apart. I don't care
yeah,
what defense it is,
hmm
because I saw it when with Georgia. Even though he lost some of those games, the fact that he was able to get confidence, and you just see a flip switch,
hmm
a switch flip. Did I say that? Yeah,
yes,
a
yes, yeah,
switch
switch
flip,
flip, yeah, got you. Yeah, no, hey,
and
we here.
yeah. Mush mouth. But anyway,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I've seen him do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, as a quarterback, you have to have that. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
I mean, of course, you want consistency and everything like that, but sometimes you got to be able to analyze and just flip that switch and say, hey, okay, we got this. You know what I'm saying? I can beat this person. We can beat this person. You could beat this person. So, you know what I'm saying? I think he's a beast. He's a
yeah,
beast. I think
yeah.
he's gonna be all right. As long as he, continues to work on it and
Mhm.
get better, I think he's gonna be all right.
Yeah, and it was good for him to get out of the SEC. I mean, this is what he needed. This is what he needed, and Bo Bo received a lot of hate,
Oh,
and he might even still receive it now.
well,
But
like I said before, when you leaving somewhere and you've been there for so long, you know what I'm saying, and then on top of that, you have a fan base like ours that wants to win
hmm
now, and when you playing quarterback, everything gets blamed on you.
yeah,
I mean, you could be playing in the game and cars could be falling out of the sky. They're gonna be like, "Well, you should have threw around them." Like what? You know what I'm saying? So it's like playing quarterback in college or even NFL. It's a lot of pressure.
yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying? And you
yeah,
think about it, these kids and these guys in college, they kids at the end of the
hmm
day.
yeah,
And you know what I'm saying? They're young.
hmm
They're still growing and developing. It like the reads that you think they should see, not necessarily what they're, able to see at that time. That's why they're in practice and in coaching, coaches coach them, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, he got a lot of hate. I think he may still do, but I think, whenever you leave a program, you know what I'm saying, that there's wants to win and they're not getting that result.
Mm,
It's always gonna be something. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah.
Like, I mean, like I don't know a quarterback that didn't get any hate. I mean, Burrow got
Mm,
hate, you know what I'm saying? You know, Stetson Bennett, of course, got hate. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if they ain't hating, then what are you doing? You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree. I agree. But no, seriously, I think the again, this is great for Bo because of this supporting cast that he has around him. And
Right.
one person in particular, man, Bucky Irvin, that running back from Oregon. Let me tell you something. This man is a menace. Players make plays. Well,
Players
this
make
man
plays.
is that player that makes plays on the ground. 127 yards, bro. He's really grown to be one of my favorite running backs in college football this year. He's good. Like he's just good. Like I don't think I like it's hard for me to just automatically like just fall in love with a running back instantly. But this guy, it's something about them Oregon running backs because LaMichael James used to be my favorite
Yeah,
running
yeah,
back for
yeah.
a while.
He was a beast. He was a beast.
Man, listen, hey, them Oregon running backs, they'll come around every so often, but when they do, oh, they making an impact. They
For
are
sure.
making
For
a
sure.
impact, man. So, yeah, but yeah, back to Michael Penix, man. I think this pretty much just solidified. I'm pretty confident that this man may have locked in for Heisman. It's
Yeah, yeah.
early.
I mean, he
It's
because
early.
he's just. I mean, I still don't think it's early. Because before when we spoke about him, I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was early. Because
Mm-hmm.
like I said, like I always, I mid season because that's when you take your dips, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, everything like that. And to me, he ain't lost a step.
Nope.
Everybody that he's played against that's been put in front of him, he's picked them apart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He hadn't lost a step. I mean, outside of the small things that could easily be fixed, you know what I'm saying? He hasn't lost a step. I mean, I don't think it's his race to lose at this point. Cause Caleb Williams is to me, he's dropped in the race because
Mm-hmm.
of the play he did this week. So and then he just beat Bo. So that's the other one that was in the race. So I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, quarterback wise, I don't think there's nobody else that's we thought it was Shador at one point. You know, to me, it's his race to lose. Like I said, I think
Yeah. Yeah.
he got a cannon for an arm. He makes good decisions. He makes good reads.
I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying?
beautiful. It again. This was, bro. The fact that we got a Pac-12 game before midnight, like listen. It was like I want to say it was like 12 in Seattle because the game started at 3:30 Eastern time, so it was about 12. Brother, the game was just it was what we needed because everybody was up. Everybody could stay up for this game. It
Man,
wasn't.
who you telling? Who you
It
telling?
was it was not no late night game like that Oregon State game was. I mean, it was at 7, but still, it didn't probably end to about 10. So, but yeah, this game was. I mean, it was what we needed. And again, for this Pac-12 conference to be heading out, they are putting up
They're
a
balling.
show.
They're balling. They say
I
they.
love it. I love it from
Me too.
Pac-12,
Me
man.
too. I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I'm here
yeah,
for it. And
yeah.
this game lived up to the hype. It was everything we needed it to
Mm-hmm.
be.
Yep.
Answered a lot of questions. Like for me, I already knew Bo was what Bo was. You know what I'm saying? And now more people are seeing it. But for me, it showed me what Penix could do, what he could do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you playing on the big stage. Everybody's watching you right now. You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do? And
Mm-hmm.
he delivered.
Yeah,
I haven't been this. I haven't. I'm to be honest with you. I'm excited for Washington, and I haven't been excited for Washington. I don't think
yeah,
ever. Just being
yeah.
honest. You know what I'm saying? I like to see a new face. You know what I'm saying? Not just in the Heisman or whatever. I like to see a new face in that championship bid. You know what I'm saying? Because if they keep balling, they'll be there. They'll be there at the end. So
Yeah, no, agreed, bro. Dude, I'm sorry. I can't keep that, bro. Professional student did it for me, dog. That was
oh, you
hilarious.
go.
That is hilarious, bro. That was it, bro. That was the one for sure, bro. That was yeah, that did it for me. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and turn that tide because we want to get into some side talk here, some sideline talk. And speaking on this performance from Caleb Williams, bro, they went down to Notre Dame and just
Three
pretty much
picks.
just forgot who they were. And
Three
you and
picks.
I
First
mean
half.
me and you have our conversations and we talked. Um you don't have a vendetta against Caleb Williams from what it sounded like. It's more so you just don't feel like this is his season, coming off of that Heisman year he had last year.
Well. I mean, I have nothing against
Yeah.
Caleb Williams at all. I like Caleb Williams. I
Hmm.
think he's humble. I think what I'm saying, he balls like he does what he's supposed to do. I have nothing against him.
Hmm.
It's just like right now, you know what I'm saying. For one, he's not putting up the numbers that he did last year, which is okay. You know what I'm saying. He's still putting up Heisman numbers. It's just last year was such a crazy year for him. You know what I'm saying.
He
He
was in a
set the
league of
bar
his
high.
own.
Yeah, he set the
Mhm.
bar high. When you set the
Yeah.
bar that high, but this year, like we just talked about Michael Penix, he's you know what I'm saying, he's putting up crazy numbers. And then I mean you got every quarterback, to be honest, that's in that conference or whatever is putting up numbers like that.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not that I wasn't sold, it's just it's like I personally knew USC was gonna lose at some point
Mm-hmm.
because their defense is putrid. Like it's horrible. Like I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like to bash or anything, but I'm gonna call a spade a spade. It's
Mm-hmm.
putrid. Like you think about it, that the offense literally has to score 40 something points to even have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, sometimes it's not enough. Like look what they did with Colorado. It was up 40 something to, you know what I'm saying? And they let off and let Colorado almost come back. And then they ended up winning by a touchdown.
Yeah.
How do you
Yeah.
almost put up 50 points and still almost lose?
Yeah.
To
No,
me,
agreed.
that's defense. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could say, well, with Colorado, no, bro, that's defense. Like,
Mm-hmm.
ain't no way. If my offense is scoring 40, if my offense now the DB coming out of me, but if my offense is scoring 40 some points, there's no way I'm letting my offense down. I'm not letting the offense I'm facing put up dang near any of that.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's a pride thing at that point. Like
Yeah.
we are not finna our offense is embarrassing y'all defense, y'all offense not gonna embarrass ours.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, they don't seem to have that because they've let everybody like if you're not putting up 3 or 4 touchdowns on USC, then you really lost, even if you won. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because everybody's doing it. Like, why not us? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not like I said, I'm not taking away from anything with Caleb Williams. I think what he's doing is great. It's just this game, I just knew if they faced the offense or a team that was either hungry or they had an offense that was just that goddamn good, they will lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they haven't been backed in the corner yet. You know what I'm saying? Because even with Colorado, when they almost lost, they were still on top. So they
Mm-hmm.
were just trying to make sure, basically playing keep away.
Mm-hmm.
Against Notre Dame, they said, "Oh no, we're gonna back y'all in the corner real quick."
Right.
So when you do that, not only does it force the other team, like it makes Caleb Williams have to be that guy
Mm-hmm.
the entire game instead of being calm, collected, knowing that he got it. Like he was forcing a lot of passes. You know what I'm saying? That we don't see him do on a normal basis. Why? Because he was back in that corner. He felt like he had to make a play. He might say he doesn't or whatever, but subconsciously, as a player, you feel like when your team is down or you gotta make a play. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You
Yeah.
gotta you start trying to fit it in tight windows, trying to like as a running back, you might try to cut out too much, do too many cuts to make it up. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going down, or as a receiver, you might be looking upfield when you should be focused on catching the ball. So I say that to say that USC being backed in the corner, it really showed like him having to be that poised person,
Mm-hmm.
and he wasn't that this
Yeah.
weekend. You know,
No, agreed. Yeah. And I
but
think what really helps your case because a few weeks ago we were talking about the passing yard leader list, and of course Shador is still leading that list. But brother, if I'm not mistaken, Caleb was in that top three, top five
right,
area.
right,
He's fallen to 7 with
right.
Missouri's quarterback in Hawaii. We don't ever hear anything about Hawaii for real.
Well, we used to,
We
not
used
any,
to, but not
not
not in
anymore.
this century. Not in
No,
this
we used
century.
to
We
in this
don't.
century. We just haven't talked about him anymore. We we
Right.
we you
But
know
but their quarterback, Braden Shager, I think I'm pronouncing that right. He's in fifth now with Carson Beck in fourth and Jay Daniels at the 3 spot, and then Michael at second, Penix at second. So it's hard to build up on that passing yard list, brother, because you have so many dominant quarterbacks ahead of you right now. And I
right.
mean, you can't sit in a game and just pass every play. You know what I'm
Well, I
saying?
mean, I mean, it's a pass. It's definitely the football has become pass heavy.
Yeah.
Yes, you can run and all of that, but you got to think about it now. At one point, it used to be you have 1 or 2 quarterbacks and they were really good.
Hmm.
Now it's spread out. Like, think about it. Look at the list you just named: Shador, Daniels. You got Carson Beck, which I am a huge fan of. I think he throws a pretty fade. I think he throws a pretty deep ball. I mean, and then you got Bo Nix, who we just talked about, Michael Penix. You got all of these quarterbacks that are putting up numbers. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, in different scenarios. And like I said before, I'm always come back to my core and stuff. Middle of the pack of the year, you know what I'm saying? Fifth, sixth game, that's when you start to see people come together.
Mhm.
LSU's coming together. The quarterback play has been solid. Now, you know what I'm saying? He's finding his groove. You know, Shador had his groove in the beginning, lost it. He's still doing his thing and putting up numbers. Like Michael Penix, he had his groove early and he's continuing that momentum and building on all of that. Like, you can't stay stagnant in this league. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And you can't force plays. You have to just make plays. You know what I'm saying? Players make plays for a reason. If you gotta force it, it's probably not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So I think Caleb Williams is still should be in that hunt. And I'm not taking that from him. I'm just saying it's a lot of players out there that still putting up numbers like him, and like you just said, he's falling because people are catching up to him. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Because we're not taking in the fact that the teams he played early on this year might not have had decent defenses or great
Yeah.
defense. So if you get 1,000 yards in 2 games or whatever, I can see why. You know,
Mhm.
if you know what I'm saying, we're not putting that into perspective. We just
Yeah.
seeing the numbers. But if you actually watch the play, you know what I'm saying, you see, oh, okay. Now don't get me wrong, still a phenomenal player. I'm not taking anything from him. I'm just saying he saw some looks he wasn't used to seeing, and he tried to force some things. He
Mhm.
even admitted to that. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's a great quarterback. I just think this year might not be
Yeah.
the year
No.
that
No
he wins the
doubt.
Heisman. I
No
don't think
doubt.
it's hard to back repeat because you
Yeah.
set the
For
bar so high for yourself. I mean, and then everybody starts to figure it out. So I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Agreed. Agreed. And bro, again. Love Sam Hartman, brother. That man. Listen, I just want to understand, and I may be again going off on a limb here. Why has nobody ever said this man looks like Superman? Like, you cannot tell me Sam Hartman does not look like a superhero.
no, no, he doesn't look like a
He looks
superhero.
like a superhero. You
No,
can't convince me he doesn't. That
no.
man looks like if Clark Kent was Catholic. That's how I look at it. I'm just joking, but no. Listen, Sam
I was about to say
Hartman.
you didn't carry the one on that statement, did you? I'm trying to envision him in my mind. I was like, oh my brother,
No, but no,
we gonna
Sam
have to watch
Hartman
these
has.
goddamn movies again.
Yeah,
But
no. Well, listen, he could look like a Ken doll. I don't know, but no. But listen, Sam Hartman. Of course, he didn't. All right. Anyway, of course, he didn't have the best showing on Saturday, but his running back, um, ugh, Estime, I think so. I'm a fan of him as well. It's been some great running backs this year. Jonathan Brooks, Estime, Bucky Irving. I mean, it's just really been a great year of running backs that have come through and just really shown out, man.
it's just been
And
a beautiful year of football.
it
It's
has, but man, these running backs have just been showing out, and that
well,
really just
I
brings
mean,
my
I can
soul
piggyback
joy.
off of that and say the wide receivers have been balling, my brother.
Yeah.
Like Florida State's wide receiver with the one hand catches.
Hmm.
I mean, I think I don't know what they putting in this water, but I need to get me some. But I mean,
Sit down.
the running backs have been good. I mean, they've been great. But I'm as a like I said, former wide receiver too. You know what I'm saying? That's my position. I love that position.
Mhm.
You know, jokers is going up and going to get it. They ain't spare nobody.
Yeah.
Anybody could get it.
I
You know,
mean,
it's been a beautiful year. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um,
It's definitely been a great year of football. I can't take that from you, but man.
and Notre Dame's credit, like I said before, them jokers was hungry.
Hmm.
They had been clowned and all this type of stuff. They knocked out the playoffs and they said, okay, we ain't gonna be in it. We sure gonna make it hard for y'all to get in it.
Mhm.
because USC got an uphill battle.
Yeah,
Now, you know, they gotta remain mistake free.
yeah, no, agreed. And
So
again, like you said, it's you you just don't want to see it in. You don't want to see it in, and that's the thing, man, because this season has really been you look forward to the season every year. Every year you look forward to college football. And when it's here, you just enjoy it in that moment and you really got to appreciate it because it's so many people that come through and just show out. And then once it's gone, it's gone. And then you got to wait another what 6 months maybe if anything, 6 7 months
it's
until
tough. It's tough. But
yeah.
guess what? I mean, hey, we gotta wait. But guess what? We got basketball coming. We got
Yeah.
softball
Well,
coming. So
it's
I
it's
mean,
it's great for
it's
us. It's
it's
great for us.
sports. I mean, yeah, for football fans,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard.
No.
You know,
Agreed.
it's tough. It's tough because
Yeah.
now you gotta watch NFL and
Yeah.
that
We
only
don't say.
lasts so
Hey.
long.
Hey. We don't say that word here on the college couch.
Well,
We don't talk about pros.
I mean, the college professionals is trying to go professional, so you know what I'm
Yeah, we
saying.
can say professional. We don't use real league names here. You can say pros.
Okay, so I know players trying to go to the NFL and stuff like that, so it's a beautiful thing. Get your money, my brother. Get your money, my sister. Go to the WNBA, NBA, everything like that. Get your money.
Yeah, no, fact. And hey, but besides NIL deals coming in, and hey, go get that big contract and show out in whatever respective league that you're going in, man. Sky's the limit. But
Yes, sir.
hey, but now we're at the point now where the top 25 have now come upon us, and there's not a lot that has changed in this top 25 for this week. We have some new entries with let's see here. Mizzou. Mizzou was ranked, if I'm not mistaken. I to my knowledge, Mizzou was ranked.
I
So
thought
did
they
they
at one point they were, if I'm not
yeah.
mistaken.
So I don't know if this can't be anyway. Yeah, because Tulane okay, so they weren't ranked. Mm. It hasn't changed. I will say that. It hasn't changed, but of course, USC dropped as they should.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon only dropped one.
Which is
Oklahoma,
understandable because they didn't lose by a whole lot. You know.
right? And I think that's great. But of course, Texas jumped over them.
Well, yeah. I mean that's
Yeah,
acceptable.
and if I'm not mistaken, Texas was on a bye week because Oklahoma did play yesterday. I mean, I'm sorry, Saturday. Um,
Man, Oklahoma is a sleeper team this year.
yes, yes, no, seriously,
Yes, sir.
yeah, Oklahoma is, and that's a great observation there because Oklahoma has done
I
a
had given
lot
up
of
on them. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I had given up on them. About like how I gave up on
no,
Clemson.
no,
Just be honest with you.
yeah, no,
They woke me up though. They woke me up.
as they should. I mean, Oklahoma has never been a bad team. It's just trying to get them over that hump is the thing. I mean, they
Well, I
can.
mean, last year they were not that great.
Yeah. Well,
Like I said, new coaching changes at the beginning. They were not that great.
I mean, Venables isn't even a bad coach though, if you
I
think
didn't say
about
he
it.
was.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't.
I'm just saying.
You could be a great coach. It still takes some time sometimes to get back to what you were at one point.
But that's true though. But I think with Venables coming up under, with Venables coming under Dabo, you kind of get instilled a lot of that winning culture, and it's great that he was able to.
That boy ain't in no winning culture right now.
I know that now, Stacks, but I'm just saying he was able to take that over to. to Norman and make his own program. I
I
was
didn't. I,
happy. I'm happy Venables has his own team now
I didn't
because
say. I didn't say that he was bad. I just said
no, no, no.
is
I
they
understand that.
have to
Yeah, no,
come
no.
back up.
I
I'm
I
just.
get
That's
that.
all I'm saying. I had slept on them because, like last year, they weren't that great. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
they weren't the Oklahoma of past, but now they're getting back to it. You know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And also, dude, without this college ranking, let me say this: if I see Aubrey Graham wear another team's apparel and something happens on that field, I'm gonna be very upset. And you know what I'm about to get to. Our boy Brock Bowers is out 4 to 6 weeks with an ankle injury, and he now requires surgery. So I'm very livid right now, and I'm trying to hold it together. But it's that Drake curse.
Man, y'all be all right, man. Brock
No,
Bowers is
I
a
agree. I agree.
great player,
This
but y'all have a lot of great players that can,
yeah, it's definitely going to be some guys. It's great that they're on a bye week coming up.
yeah,
So that'll
yeah, they
that'll
got time to
definitely
prepare. Got time to
yeah,
prepare, got
yeah,
time to get right. I mean,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we'll see how they look. They got Florida coming up. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
I love going out with Florida fans, dude. Is that's this is
Well,
this is like this is like one of
they've
the
had many years ago, many moons ago, they could
mini
argue
moons.
with you,
Yeah.
but now it don't. I don't even know why they had tailgate right now. To be honest with you, because Georgia been owning that mug for the last several years.
You
Just
know
saying.
what's crazy? I really I would like to see home and home series between Georgia and Florida, but I understand it's a money thing. And
No,
so,
no,
Jacksonville is the I
it ain't just a money thing, my brother.
what else do you think it is?
You get them fans together
Mhm.
in the swamp, it's gonna be a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I mean, but
You know how
that could
many
be
Do you know how many people go to that game, my brother?
I know, I understand that.
Cause I
Again, I
mean, if
totally
you think
understand.
about it, Cause if it was a money thing, then they would just have it at their universities, cause that's more money for
Right.
them,
Right.
tailgating and all of that. They do it for a reason. That's a lot of
Mm.
goddamn fans.
Yeah.
They literally have hotel vouchers and
Hmm.
you have to block off a certain room, and it's crazy.
Wow.
I mean, what I'm saying? I don't know if you've been there before,
No,
but
no, no. I haven't. I haven't got a
well,
chance to make
as
it.
somebody that has went there before, I couldn't see it being at Georgia or at the Swamp because it's
Mhm.
just too crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just being
Well,
honest.
well, what about? I mean, are you saying that as of like in future years, or could it potentially happen? Maybe, like, could they consider it, or you
I'm
just
not saying that it's impossible. I'm not saying that it
okay?
can't happen. I'm just saying that the way both fans operate and how many people come to that game, I just don't see. I just don't see them putting it in. You know, not because of like it won't fill it. It'll definitely fill up the stadium. I'm saying like it's gonna get chippy and
Hmm.
not on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, that's at any game. But no, I
No, that's
get what
not
you're
at any
saying.
game. That's rivalries.
Well, I mean, Auburn, Alabama, though.
That's that. It's not the same, my brother. It's not the same.
Oh.
Auburn, Alabama is a big rivalry in
Mhm.
state. You know what I'm saying? Don't get
Yeah,
me wrong. In state, it's a big rivalry, but it ain't. It's nothing like Georgia Florida game. That is why they call it the biggest tailgate in the South
hmm
because it's literally that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, I think Jackson, the city makes a lot of money off of it,
yeah,
but I
no
also
doubt.
think that just I went one time. And the stuff I seen that one time, I just don't think that it should be at a college. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, no, I got you. I got
I'm
you.
just being real.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's at the line, so it's right there together. Because yeah,
No,
I
agreed,
don't think it
agreed.
should be. I don't think that's one. Because I used to think the same thing. I used to be like, man, why they just don't have it there? But after going and seeing how it is, I see why they have it
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
it's safer for the fans to have it there because
Mm,
of just like you said, it can happen at any game, but it's just different with rivalry games. You
for
know what I'm saying?
sure.
Especially that big a rivalry game.
Hmm.
Because it'll be just
No,
they look, it'll be a close game and somebody talking crazy and then yeah.
I love
You know.
that.
So but
Listen, that makes my day.
goddamn cool though out here. Oh, man.
But hey, man, listen, no, agreed, and you made a lot of valid points, and this whole show has been a lot of valid points today, and I'm excited for the next one because next Sunday is a very special day. If you know, it's your boy's 25th. You forgot? Don't worry about it. Hey, so hey, that's it. Has been another great episode of the College House Podcast. We cannot thank you so much for y'all support. Listen, this has been a dream of ours to be able to do this for you guys. Y'all make us what we are. Honest to God, like we cannot thank y'all enough. Hey, talk to me, Stackz.
I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. Y'all like, comment,
Mhm.
subscribe. Let us know what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? If y'all got players y'all want us to cover, colleges y'all want us to cover, sports y'all want us to cover, whatever it is you tune it into, we want to be in tune with it too. It's college sports, it's for us. So let us know. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we got bills to pay. So
You know it. You know it.
wake up, I gotta go get it. Wake up, I gotta